What was that?
Did you see that?
Was that the primary buffer panel?
It did seem to
Did
resemble...
the primary buffer panel just fall off my Gorham ship for no apparent reason?
This landing is gonna get pretty interesting.
Define interesting.
Oh God, we're all gonna die?
This is the captain. We have a little problem with our entry sequence, so we may experience some slight turbulence and then explode.
Leave all that can be spared behind. We travel light. Let us handsome walk.
Welcome in. Happy Friday. How are we doing? We have a bus. Double-Decker Sightseeing Bus, to be precise. That's the plan for today. Quickly double check that I've done the stuff and the things in the background. We are listening to the Euro Truck playlist while we do this. Turn that one on, turn that one off. Alrighty, I think we're good to go. Which means time for our warning.
Warning. Some viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Let's get started. Let's get right in there. Oh man. Oh, look at this. Man, how do you guys open your Lego boxes?
From one end, usually. Alright, what have we got in here? We have decent sized bags. Stickers. Boo. Boo. Stickers. Boo. But we have a 2-bag, 3-bag, 1 decent sized bags. I don't know if I'll be able to do any of this without the instructions. We can always start that way. Still recovering from a little bit of sickness of some sort. Yes, happy Friday. The week is nearly over for some of us. The weekend is here. Ooh, smaller bag inside. And before we've even started...
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
We have a piece down. Found it. Okay. Hey, Didi, welcome in. How are we going?
Bueller.
Family.
Bueller. Bueller.
Nice. Okay, I didn't realize that was still active. I didn't turn that off. That's a sneak peek there, Didi, for a thing. Aha. Let's we'll temporarily disable that one. That's for a thing. But welcome in. How's your week? I've had a very interesting week. Doing my civic duty and showing up for jury service. And yeah, I don't. I'm going to use the instructions for this set. That's what I'm going to do. Have you found space, Dee Dee, to store that crane somewhere? That thing's huge. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to... I'm going to load up the Lego instructions here for this set. One moment while I search Lego instructions. Set number 6047. View instructions. And if I go there we go. Down here a bit. And that's size of page. Just make that. About there. How's that? Bag one. Yep, we done that. Okay, bus driver. Dark blue pants. Cap, and there's a microphone here somewhere. There we go. Can stand here with all our soapbox races from the other week. That was the last build that we did. The little races. We have our first tourist. And a stroller. That is a cool part. Put our skateboard wheels on. click. And, oops, spare microphone. Another set of skateboard wheels. Get a little handlebar piece. What color am I looking for? Dark grey. Over here. It's in there for the stroller handles. And then we get our little baby. The tiny little minifigure head. Click. And sits in there at an angle. There we go. Mum and baby. On to the bus. Hello, Technic pins. Got a slightly different camera setup to last time. I've modified my arm to bring the camera down closer, so it's not cropping out as much when I'm down here at the table. It is still not 100% where it could be, but it's not blocking my view of the monitor, which is the other thing. If I have it down too close to get a nice top-down view here, I can't see what's going on. So then it's a bit of a compromise. There's step 6. And yeah, I wouldn't have got any of this from the box. So. Step 7. 4x6 plate across there. I don't know if we're doing front or the back of the bus first. I need a 6x8 with some 1x8s. And that is going to click on there. Be pretty safe about that guess. There we go. Click on there. Now I built another one of these little wheel bracket things. Ugh, pardon me. It's gonna have those out there. Was these? Yellow 2x4. That is going under your. And then now we got 4 wheel arches. but it's not quite stable yet, really. It probably will be a little more self-supporting once all of these Z bracket things on. 8 of them. Click into place. There we go. That strengthens the whole thing. We are swooshable. And depending on how long this takes and how I'm feeling, might even might jump into some Euro Truck after the build is done. We'll see how I'm holding up. Okay, 2 blue cylinders. Yellow snot brick. There. Printed tile. Hey Korg, how's it going? Welcome in. Happy Friday. You live at the moment, Korg? I'm just checking on my lurks. There we go. Put that in there. Get a nice little printed tile there. Put all these stickers. Two 1x1s. Why not just use a 1x5? Ah, because now we have a... That's why, because we've got a little curved piece coming up here. And a 2x3 brick. I nearly put it one stud too far in that direction, but no, it rests across that. Okay. And 2 of this snot brick. 2 studs high, 2 studs high up the face of it. And a couple more 1x1s. There. corner plate there, and another one there. Green 2x2. Well, lime, I should say. I mean, it's a shade of green. Am I going to... Yes, I am going to try and reverse build this. To drive on the left side of the road. It looks like the doors... The doors are glass panes in a hinged frame. So they probably can be reversed. I've had other Lego sets where the door is one full piece that pivots open, and it just looks... It's doable, but it looks weird when the doors sort of open the wrong way on the other side of the bus. So... Actually, that reminds me... There we go. Since we are using instructions, I thought I would turn that redeem on. It hasn't been used for a long time. Step 25. Two 1x3 bricks there. Is that a clip for holding the pram or wheelchair or something? Then it goes there. Then two corner panels. Going up against there and there. I thought these were a 2x2 plate. These ones side by side. Nope, that is two 1x2s. Not missing a piece. Ooh, y'all. And then a 1x1. It says over here, but that means I'll put it here. Step 29. Is the other 1x2. And then a 1x8. Run up along there. G'day, Erbry, claiming third.
Bueller.
Welcome in. We are building the double-decker bus, but I'm going to be building it mirror image to drive on the Australian side of the road. Something I used to do quite often with vehicles when I was building them for Lego City displays. If the steering wheel and doors are on one side of a utility vehicle, I would move them to the other. To red. There. The box. And see the box. The box is here. Here. My previous Lego bus years ago had the kind of doors where they have a stud here and here, and they pivot. Whereas this is a frame with a door in it. So the old ones, yes, I could put that door on this side of the bus, and it just meant that it looked a little strange the way that it opened for passengers, but this one should be a lot easier to flip and adapt to Aussie or British driving. Oh, come on. I did wonder just before what they're doing with this slope here. But that's the opposite of that curve. So this is gonna perfectly line up and make it look like a painted curved stripe on the... Oh, that's nice. Look at that. Yeah, the pram is very cool. The molded piece, the studs at an angle so the baby leans back. Handlebar clips in, skateboard wheels underneath. It's a very cool piece. I've had some brick built prams using some other parts. This is much more compact. It just looks more like a pram, more like a stroller. And then to fill this space, we get the 2/3 height brick to go there. Red brick. And then rotating. So, what are we doing? We're putting two bricks over here. Another brick and another panel. Yes. So I was selected on a trial, which ended the day before yesterday. So I went to work yesterday, as normal. Yeah, so I went to work on Tuesday last week, and I went to work on Thursday this week. Monday was a short day. No, that is one of the things, Irabrai, is I can't talk about it.
Wow.
Yeah, here it's pretty much, yeah, don't talk about it. I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, I kind of don't want to as well. But some of the stuff, it's like, yeah. Yeah, the process is interesting, and the learning about our legal system and everything, how the part, all the roles of people and how things work. I don't know if I'd imagine the UK is similar to Australia, being in the Commonwealth, but things like the order of who gets to close the case, like the lawyer who gets to speak last to the jury is determined by who brings evidence. Not sure if it works the same in the UK. That was something I wasn't aware of. I was like, oh, that's interesting. That was a set piece of protocol procedure. Get the other one of these. Yeah, so essentially the prosecution will. Hey, Kara made it. And Hagar sneaks in with the one that was still first was still sitting there.
Very,
Welcome,
very
Bueller.
thick, very chunky, and they are
Bueller.
packed to the brim.
Bueller.
Hey, Hagar. Yeah, so once the there it is. I had turned that on a little while ago. I didn't mention it by name. I just said that something had been reactivated after a long absence.
The rules for the customers. They apply to you as well.
No mobiles, no wigwams.
Walkmans.
No snotty car. No snow. This is indecipherable.
Look, it is perfectly simple.
Simple.
No mobiles, no Walkmans, none of that,
None of that.
or any of the others.
Or any others. All right, 5 steps. The step 48. And to further mess with people's heads, I am building this mirror image to the box because this is Denmark where they drive on the right hand side of the road. This is Australia where we drive on the left. Alright, step 48. 2 1x2s and how can I tell what? $49. So we're this is the stairs up to the next level of the bus, right? Okay. Goes there. Panel goes on. No. Did I miss a panel earlier? Did I miss a panel in step 48? No, 48 was... the difference, just I'm putting the doors on this side of the bus. Because if the doors were on this side of the bus, like in the picture, the passengers would have to walk out into the street, into traffic to get in. Yeah, so I'm mirror imaging the bus this way, left to right. Moving the steering wheel, so everything that's in the instruction booklet, which I'm assuming, being a Danish company, has been done for most city vehicles in Lego drive on... If the steering wheel isn't in the center, it's on the left because Denmark is a drive on the right country. Oh, no, I did misread. This step here is one of these and two of these. So just because I just saw the arrows going, this one goes here. What about this one? Well, that's the second one. I was the dumbass. There we go. All right, so that was... We were on that step and we flipped. So that's 1 and 2. Yeah, the doors... Because I had to do that with... was it the plumbing truck that came out with when the Lego movie came out? When I built that, initially I was just going to flip the steering wheel. Then I was like, no, hang on. When he stops to get his tools out of the truck, the doors for where he gets his tools out are going to have to be on this side of the truck, not this side. You know, all the... Same with fire trucks. If you need to have good access to tools and hoses, you know, things need to be on certain sides of the truck. You got to... So that was 2 steps. We got 3 more. There's all our spares. Rip into bed 2. And I'm assuming, hang on, is it one of, hang on. Let me check that. Right. It's unlimited per stream. It's 1 per user. Right. Hey guys, like, I want to make you build this whole thing upside down. Because by the time it cools down, it probably will be available for you again. Which is also where Kara goes, oh, I'll just refund everyone's points. No doubt, Hagar. And at the end of stream, you'll get all those points back as well. And I was gonna say, don't worry, we have people here who are a button to summon what? Oh, to summon the refund? Love you too, honey. Love you too.
What's that?
Cheers.
My friend, is a pint. It comes in pints? Oh. I'm getting one.
I'm getting one. Okay, that's our third step upside down. Oh. Just break pieces over here. I suppose the other thing here, bro, is that with appeals and things like that, you could have issues with cases that remain ongoing for a while after the fact. Cool. So yeah, the general thing that we were told by the judge is just, yeah, can't talk about. Same with everything that happens in the jury room stays in the jury room. That one's pretty straightforward. All right, that was 5 steps. Do we feel safe enough to rotate this back for step 53? It's on a 20-minute cooldown still? Let's just change that. Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. I may be regretting my choices soon. I was like, if I change it from 30 to 10, will it restart the clock, or will it just be like, those 10 minutes are nearly up? It went with those 10 minutes are nearly up. Yeah, none of the steps are particularly taxing yet. He said that, unaware of what was coming up next. Step 54, one of these across the back of the bus. Step 55, but so far most of the steps have had, you know, 1 or 2 pieces to add on at a time. This is one of these, but it's going on the not the road side of the bus over there. Third step is one of those and a snot brick. Fourth, hang on. Here's another thing where I only looked at the arrow. I didn't look at the number of pieces. It's both sides of the bus. It's also here and here. So it's 1, 2, 3, fourth. Say what now? Right. And fifth step upside down is that. Two by 6. Four by 4 tile. Some slopes either side. And that's attaching onto there. Very nice. For 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that was the 5 steps. Okay, we will rotate ourselves back. I think Kara is normally Wednesday Arvo. Okay, there's that. That's a... Is this an electric bus and that's where they plug in the charger, I'm guessing? Something along those lines. And all there. And one on that side. Transparent one up the front for the driver. Water can do. There you go. And then 3 windows along the side. Do this door. Oh no, that's a skinny door that goes on that one. I need the wider door. Do it mirror image to the picture. And it goes there. Yeah, with the full piece doors, it would mean building a bus where my Australian bus, the door opened like that, which is weird. So I like having this frame so that it's a lot easier to do this.
The BRB, it's BRB time. We're BRB.
And then we've got Rose Urbro. See you soon. Gonna get double doors. I've been going for an hour, so there will be ads swinging around soon. I won't build any Lego. I will be running downstairs for some snack time. Doors are on there. Window. Up the back here. We've got 1x3s, 1x6. What's there? Another 1x3. Longer plate across that side. Welcome back. The plate going across just to keep the top and bottom of the bus the same widths. Stuff can start leaning in. Obviously, before we put on the next top of the bus, it needs to stay 6 studs wide. And then another 1x6 up here. And a 1x1 right at the front. Alright, so we will be having ads coming soon, so I am going to run downstairs and grab a bite. And see you back here very soon. And I'm back. Had some barbecue shapes. Alright, just the fact that we were on step 69 before. We are now on step 70. No, that's this one. 71. Six. Some 2x3s. Be the front of the bus. Ooh, this is some nice geometry. Oh, there. Nice. Attach it on front. Pardon me. Aussie Adam, g'day, g'day. It's been a while. How are we going? Happy Friday. Working on the double-decker bus, but at the same time, flipping everything along its axis to make it,
Give me the water.
Driving on Australian. Thank you for the gift of this bottle's moisture, Bro.
But you hated school, you had a terrible time.
I've never said that.
You don't have to say anything, I just look at your life now and work backwards.
Ugh. Yes. Yeah, the cough's been hanging around. I was struggling a little bit earlier in the week. But they did have disposable masks readily available at the courthouse. So on the days where I was feeling gross, it was not too bad, actually. Good. And then I'm assuming we fold our mirrors down. There we go, step 81, fold your mirrors down. Step 82. So this will be our modular layer for attaching the rooftop seats. 8 tiles. Oh, they're just going to have flat tiles all the way around the outside, and then have the studs in the middle instead of like towards an end. Interesting. suppose they need the 1x6s to overlap these doors and the bricks. Yeah, and then a tile at the front, and then studs in the middle. Okay. So there's bag 2 done. We're on page 99, step 84. Time for bag 3. Thank you, Brett. Be careful with the smaller paper bags. This is where pieces go flying and leave the table. Feels empty. Hold up to the light. Looks empty. And our tourists. Is there a camera in here? Somewhere. Little cap. There's the camera. And is there a printed tile smartphone? Yes. Couple more minifigs. Let me start with this piece. And I think the only mirror image part we'll have to worry about on the back is if there's something to do with this, where the stairwell comes up from the back of the bus. Step 88. $89. Brick overlaps onto that piece. $91. A couple bricks. Two 1x4 plates. In black. The other one. Alright, so that goes onto there. So that's the back of the bus. Wondering why they're using a lot of 1x1 Technic bricks here instead of just normal bricks. There's a couple here that were pinned to each other. I don't know if that's just to reduce any gap, because you're building up in one color and up in another. Oh, what was this? The Megabox Cadillac, where it had a seam sort of going up, and there was a bent or a slight bend in the plate at the base, and so it needed something at the top to join them together. This is like a midway kind of clip. Just an interesting part use, and they keep using these Technic bricks instead of standard ones. And the same thing here, doing the, here we go, step 96, we're doing that again, we're pinning and I suppose it is just because of that building in two colors. It's a handy way to keep the two sections joined to each other instead of veering apart. $99. I suppose especially here where there isn't a capping piece that ties everything back together. Four of those. Right, so there's two more. Going there. That's cool, using the roof piece to get this slightly rounded back section of the bus. All right, 101. Except we're going to be mirror image, so the step coming up is going to be on this side. The aisle downstairs is on the right, looking at, from the front of the bus, and then it's going to be on the left on the top.
I want to play a game.
60 concrete slabs. Interesting. Is that a construction game? If it's a mafia game, getting concrete is a little bit more worrying. Of these clips with the 1x4 tile in between. Roadcraft. Did I? Just opening up Steam over the side here. Ooh, bunch of stuff's on sale. Stop tempting me. Roadcraft is on my wish list. Ooh, and it says new major update. Good. There. This is where the rotating sign thing is, isn't it? There's a spinny. I think I've seen Coop build some of this bus. There. Okay. One way to invert direction. And then... Okay, it just sort of sits there loose because it's a brick on a Technic pin. So that it also means it's kind of easy to rotate. It's not too tight. Goes on there. There's some clever little geometry going on here. It's got to line up with... There we go. Fuck. Downtown. Museum. And harbor. Which is on from the front. So then that comes down like that. Nice. Oh. And matching that curve to this curve that's attached studs outward is very pleasing. Attach some railings to the top. Looks like we might even get a spare of one of these. And then this goes on top of the bus. Wheels are on. That's it. I think everything else is spares. It now goes into... Yep. We are just loading the passengers up. So we have built the bus. That is a spare bar. Spare Technic pin from a different bag. So we get a few little bits of extras there. So let's put our driver.
Megatron Prime!
There we go. Bus driver with his microphone.
Water to drink.
Water to drink. Can do. Thank you, Carrot. Put these tourists up on the rooftop seats. Please keep your Hands, cameras, and mobile phones inside the bus at all times. All right, so now let's see. Is the... Okay, they don't show what that clip is for, so I'm going to see if... Is there a way to... I fold the handle up and I roll that along. Do the skateboard wheels clip in? That's the They do. The skateboard wheels clip into the plate on the side. So the stroller stays in place. That's very cool. Ta-da! And bus and omnibus. The rolling sign is cool. Like the James Bond number plates. The clip for the stroller. Double doors. Very nice. Very, very cool. Fits within the tray. It is very cool. The fact that skateboard wheels have that... have that kind of... They got the skinny bit that clips into the axle clips, but then there's the center part is a what do you call it? It's the size of any clip or a minifig's hands, bar. So yeah, the stroller clips into the back of the bus, the side of the bus there. Locks in on the center of the skateboard axle. Yeah, see that, Kara? The stroller clicks in, locks into place. Doesn't roll around. And actually, next question. I take that out. The molded wheelchair uses the same wheels. You can have a wheelchair on the bus as well. That's cool. But I think that's going to be it for today. I know I said I might do some Euro Truck, but I think I'm just going to zone out for the rest of the afternoon. Pardon me. So, I'm going to open a thing over here.
Bueller.
Welcome in, Choco Chip.
Bueller.
We have finished today's build. The bus. You know who we haven't gone to for a while? Who is Legoing? We are going to head over to... Still going. I think we're going to go to Panfred today. Yes, DD. Curious question. Ooh, do city builders get multiples of sets like this? If I was building a city, I probably would get two of these. And then you could actually have one on either side, like in your layout, you could have one on different sides of the road and have one saying museum, one could say downtown, one could say harbor. They had plenty of room on the tile to print the correct spelling for other countries. Come on, Lego. Come on. Downtown. Park. I mean, like I'd have to dig through the backlog, but I think in one of my shelves where I've put a whole lot of smaller boxes, I think I still have multiples of the pizza truck from a couple years ago, because I was going to swap out colors and parts and make like a series of food trucks. I know I bought at least three. I bought a few, and I think I was given one as a present. multiple Liber cranes. Didi runs away. But yeah, for things like this, especially if they're at a good price point, with the size of the box, this is kind of a bit more than what a food truck was. They tend to sit around $20 in Australia. This was more 30-ish. But yeah, for someone building a city, definitely getting two is a thing. But yes, this is where we'll be heading. So thank you everyone for hanging out while we built this. Thanks to those who I'm going to turn off. There we go. The instructions upside down has disappeared. It's gone again.
Of course, if that is what you desire, then you must have it. Absolutely no problem. I'll refund you completely. You will?
I'll refund you completely. Straight away.
I most definitely will. Straight away in 3 months, okay?
Straight away in 3 months. Kara, if you can push the buttons.
Begin auto-destruct sequence. Authorization
See you
Picard
next time.
47
I
Alpha
should be
Tango.
back tomorrow afternoon for some gaming. Lizard. 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 Wrong button. Lizard. It's a Rico. Lizard. Lizard.
Nice
Good
legs.
wrinkles. I will see you next
Poor
time.
human.
Have a good one. Lizard.